What up, what up, what up, what is happening, good people? Welcome to Herb and Two. It is the perfect intersection of intellect and thuggery. My name is Herb alongside the great Toussaint Werner. Two, what's happening, good brother?
What's up, family? I'm blessed and highly favored. How you?
If I was doing any better, I'd sell myself, man. I'm feeling pretty good, man. I know we don't normally date the shows, but we're on the cusp of a new president in this here country that we call the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's how I feel too. Enough said. Just wanted to make sure we covered it.
Nah, man, you been following it all day?
I've been following it all year. Like I don't. You mean like each state by state to see? Yeah. No, I don't care. I don't fuck with neither one of them.
I care.
I mean, I did my civic duty. One of them will win. Whatever.
You say who you voted for?
So in 2016 I voted for Trump.
I know.
This year they've been so fucking wild.
You be saying that so proudly too, like.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna vote for Hillary. I was hoping Trump ended the whole fucking government in his 4 years. I was disappointed in him, actually.
Well, give him a couple of hours.
But no, this campaign, they've been so wild. Like they've been so egregious. I couldn't bring myself to do it again. Although I'm not waving the Kamala flag either. But Buddy and them, they've been so crazy this year. Like, complete immunity for all police. It's just like, you know what, man, I can't with y'all this time. So, whatever. But am I optimistic? No. Only thing I'll say about this whole entire process is that I hope as black people, we spend this next 4 years solidifying our power base so that when they come a-calling in 4 years again, and they start playing, Cardi B songs and Glorilla songs at the DNC, we have a real legitimate ask other than what college you went to and what sorority you claim. Like, that's it. Like, maybe y'all get everything y'all looking for out of these next 4 years. I seriously doubt it. I don't even know who's gonna win, but if she happens to win, I hope we learn something in this process that says, okay, we have a strong power base in this thing. Y'all really need us to be active in this process. Here's what we really need back. Otherwise, you can kick rocks.
I don't know. I didn't vote for her. I didn't vote for him either.
You wrote in the minister?
I didn't write in the minister this year either.
Okay.
I usually write in the minister.
Oh, you voted for Jill Stein?
I voted for Jill Stein.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Now, but be clear, contextually, we're not in the swing state. It don't matter.
No, you're never going to turn Illinois red.
If we were somewhere where it mattered, I would have voted for Kamala. I would have. Even though I don't necessarily rock, I would have voted for her. But because it don't matter, I decided to vote for Jill Stein because I'm a principled man.
Send a message?
I'm not even sending a message. I'm principled, man. Like,
I think he does send a message.
I think the long-term conversation of blackness is really relevant to me. And, regardless of, like, identity politics, right, when you start breaking down the policies, she's a neoliberal. He's insane. Neither of those work out for the future of my children.
Right.
You know what I mean? You want to get black people, or you said black people need to have a definitive ask. Reparations is the only one.
I agree with you.
And Jill Stein will say that out loud, so I rock with that.
I can rock with it, man. As y'all see, we are joined here in studio by the internationally renowned chef, also creator and owner of Bull Young Bourbon, the one and only Chef Danny Bullock is in the building. Dapper as usual. What's happening, my brother?
Clean, family.
That's all I had in the closet. It's laundry day.
Just this little old thing. I just threw something on.
Laundry day, man.
Laundry days don't never look like that.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
No, it's an absolute pleasure, man. Thank you for coming through, man. Congratulations on all the things that you put in play, man.
Appreciate it.
All the success that you've had and building brands and just growing your different entities. I think it's super dope. I know when you're in the middle of it, you never really get a chance to kind of take that bird's eye view and see what you've done and how far you've come, man. But watching the journey from outside to when you introduce the product to market to where it is now, but also being an internationally acclaimed chef, like I think all of that is super dope.
Thank you, man.
Deserve
appreciate it.
The acknowledgement and the flowers for that, man. So salute to you.
Yeah, the hard work is starting to pay off. They always say when entrepreneur using your fourth year, that's when you start seeing the fruits of your labor and start seeing the seeds you planted start to grow. So I'm blessed to say that is came to fruition, and man, just on to the next one. Still, this new, with Bull Young being my new kind of journey. I'm still an active chef too, so just trying to balance out the two is like, it's like you got your girlfriend, you got your mistress, or wife type of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that, but I'm just saying, just putting that out there.
I don't know anything about multiple partners.
I'm not married, so I'm good. So I'm just saying, as a metaphor, if it's like I love them both separately for two different reasons. So I keep them both.
He just did the shit. I don't know if you had this on camera or not, but he just did the fucking the Chef Danny Bullock wink at the end of all his videos. Like we was talking about that before, because at the end of your videos, if y'all not following them on social media, what's the social media that people do?
Chef Danny Bullock and BullYoungBourbon.com, but Bull Bourbon and Chef Danny Bullock.
So he does the the tutorials either as a chef, and then he'll usually pair it with a craft cocktail. And at the end of it, he always gives this little wink, like, I know the guys is here, but I was really talking to y'all. Like
Absolutely. Women make the world go round, bro. So, yeah, so.
Erica talking about
God. Anyway, biggest consumers for sure.
Let's not wait, man. Let's
always add to the bottom line.
What we doing? Because, see, now we got the Bull Young Premium. Mm-hmm. Very, very good product, which I've had lots before. The Senior.
Correct.
That you brought through here.
That's the new one, right off the
press. I have not had this one.
Now, that's the big brother to the little brother.
Okay.
So the Premium is our 4-year, 90 proof.
Okay.
Our Senior is our 6-year, 115 proof.
115 proof, too. You'll be asleep before we finish the intro of this show.
Tread lightly with that one. I'm going to have the Premium today. I just got off the plane, so I don't want to be too nice.
I guess I'll
going to my next.
Guess I'll do the same.
How'd you get into bourbon, brother?
That one proudly displayed.
So I lived overseas for 3 years in Tel Aviv, Israel. I was cooking for a professional basketball club for a good friend of mine. He played on that team, Chicago native Jeremy Pargo.
Shout out to Pargo.
Yeah, so I was
Jeremy Engineero.
Yeah, so I was his chef in Miami while he was training for the 2017 season. He got a call to go over there. I had already been working with him for about 6 months and kind of got him back right, eating clean, got him down to his college kind of size. And he was like, man, I need you, bro, because it's, going overseas, middle of the season, they need me to come in tip-top shape. I said, all right, come on. So I quit my job, and I was with him for 3 years. So from living overseas, I got to travel 18 different countries and got to see, the world. And whiskey's probably the most, people think wine and stuff like that, but whiskey's right there. Every country I went to, even if I didn't know the language, I can always say, yeah, let me get a Jack Daniels, let me get a Maker's Mark or a Scotch or anything like that. Then I was like, okay, I'm on to something. So that kind of became from just a regular consumer to now a connoisseur. That opened me up. Then I was like, okay, well, I'm coming back home, saved 3 years of salary. The plan was to open a whiskey bar, a speakeasy with small plates, tapas.
Love it.
Then the world shut down. I was like, all right, whiskey bar, let's drop the bar for now.
Right.
Let's make our own whiskey. Then when the world opens back up, then we'll go.
Get back to that.
And that ended up blowing up. Like now I got a full-fledged whiskey bourbon company. So yeah, man. Yes, sir.
I wasn't lying when I said internationally acclaimed. That's super dope, man. Cheers. Yeah, to partake,
Yeah.
Got the 115 proof. I'm just gonna leave that on display until Kamala comes chop it up with us.
I was actually just with her for DNC.
Yeah.
Yeah. My father, he's based in Delaware, where the Bidens are. I lived there for a while, back and forth between here and Chicago. Chicago and Delaware, and they all came in the first night at DNC, and my dad called me. He's like, hey, we having dinner with Joe, and meet me at the Waldorf.
What time was dinner? 4?
Dinner was at 5. Mind you, I'm like, my dad, he's cool because he's a minister, he's a politician, all that thing. I'm like, you ain't got juice like that to just call me and say, we having dinner with the president. But I said, okay, cool. So he said, man, just send me a picture of your driver's license. He sent it over to the liaison of the White House.
Got to make sure it's all good.
I got right in. Got my credentials. I was like, okay.
Dig this.
Then Joe came in. So Jill taught me in community college in Delaware.
Okay.
So she was my college professor for a semester. So there's a clip out there where she's like hugs me and stuff like that. And everybody like, man, how the hell you get so close to the president? I'm like, hey, bruh.
Hey,
it's the suits. Now
work your number. Let's go. It's the wink. Wink that Jill a couple times.
Yeah, that was a good moment. Then we went to United Center, heard Joe speak, then they all got back on the plane, went back to Delaware, man. So it's cool, man.
Nah, that's dope.
How'd your dad get to Delaware, G? It's not that many black people in Delaware like that. Mess with a girl
so
from Delaware, though.
They got a black population there.
Yeah, he went to seminary to be ordained minister and things like that in Rochester, New York, which is not too far from Delaware. Mm-hmm. Same school Martin Luther King went to. A bunch of prominent ministers went. Then his first church he got called to was in Delaware. Mm-hmm. Then I was born. We stayed there to 95. Then we moved here. Mm-hmm. He pastored Progressive Baptist Church, that big church right next to the White Sox Stadium. Yeah. So we were there all the way up to 2005. He started another church back in Delaware. We moved back to finish high school. Then I came back for college. Then I never left. So back and forth, yeah. So.
Okay. Wow. Which experience you prefer?
What was that?
Which experience?
Oh, definitely Chicago.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like, we moved here. I think I was in like 3rd grade. I was like, man, why y'all saying "ka" and there and all this stuff? Like, this is cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's where the accent, because my dad's from the South too. So that's where, that Chicago vernacular and 6-piece mild. I was like, yo, this is where it's at. So that's where everything kind of.
We was just talking before we turned the cameras on, talking to P, and he had a fish sandwich. Mm-hmm. And he was like, I'll tell him, give me the fish sandwich, no tartar, add mild sauce.
That's Chicago for you right there.
Super Chicago, no tartar on the fish sandwich, mild sauce.
Mild though. Gotcha. Yes, sir.
I can say we in Chicago we dropped the R that we didn't need and like ka, hell, that kind of stuff. Yep. And we gave it to Memphis, and they just started putting whatever the fuck they wanted to.
Wow, I never thought about music.
You know what I'm saying? They just
my news feed.
Curbans and music. They like Memphis took that R we didn't want, and they just started throwing that motherfucker around wherever they wanted to put it.
I never thought of that.
How'd you get into the culinary arts though, bro?
You want the political answer?
I want whatever answer you want to give me.
The ladies.
Oh, that works.
So my mom said, well, you need to learn how to cook because women love guys that can cook. I said, really? So I had a crush on one of her friends.
Let's go.
And she was like, well, such and such is coming over if you want to cook dinner. I said, okay. So I went and watched every movie, Love Jones, all that stuff was out at the time. Then I was like, so I went and lit candles and I had her take me to the store. I said, I'm going to make Caesar salad, the little packs that you get. You already got the dressing. Yeah. So I was like, cool, did that.
He's talking about make Caesar salad?
Yeah. I'm going to make spaghetti, but I'm going to call it bolognese, though.
Okay.
All it was Prego, some ground beef, the noodles, and I hooked it up.
Hey.
Yeah, man. Popped some sparkling cider, so my player started to come out, and she was like, oh my God, you did this for me. I was like, yo, that shit really worked. So that's one part of it. Then I started in music first. So I was a drummer playing in church. So my artistic side kind of birthed the culinary art side.
All of a sudden, she never said, there go my nephew over there. No.
Once I moved here, the musicians were so much better than me, bro. I'm like, dang, y'all play like y'all need to get out the hood type of thing. Me, I was just gotta play it for fun.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I'm not finna.
Wasn't no hunger in your
Yeah, I was like, nah, I'm good. So I was like, well, what can I pick up early while y'all pick this up? I'm gonna be over here doing this. So I started cooking. I was probably 7, 8, 9, and
really?
yeah, man. Yeah. So.
No, I rock with that, man.
Shaja, I know that's dating me. You don't even know who Shaja is, do you?
I don't.
You don't know who Shaja is?
Yes, I know who Shaja is. Smooth talking dude from the show. From I don't know the name of the show.
Different world.
Yeah. Okay.
You said that you was doing all of this for your mama friend?
My mother's friends, because they would have like movie night and stuff. So.
Okay.
Did you check that bingo box?
I tell you,
it's a few things on the bingo box, like one of your mama friends, like a daughter and a mother, like 2 sisters. Like, it's just a few things on the bingo box. And
how many of them 3 you checked out?
I'm just telling you what's on the box. I'm not saying what's on my card. I'm just telling you what boxes are on a card.
Oh, on a card.
Yeah, on a card. You know what I mean?
Those 3 are on every card. You get them 3.
I'm not saying which ones I checked. You know what I'm saying?
You tell me yours, I tell you about.
No, you first.
No.
No.
We'll put it like this. We still keep in touch.
Okay, hey, let's go. And it ain't about the bolognese.
They call that abuse and molestation. You was 7.
He wasn't 7 when this happened.
How do you know? He said he was cooking at 7.
I was just kidding, man.
Stop answering his questions.
I'm just playing.
Unless you're gonna do it.
Unless you're going to do it.
Let me ask y'all this, man. 2, I will let you hilariously go first. You want to ask this question?
Yeah, I'll ask it. Because it's, never mind, I'm not even going to say what I was going to say. Okay.
Don't be scared.
This is the question. Describe yourself as a cocktail or a drink. So, what drink would you
I already know my answer.
How would you describe yourself as a drink or a cocktail? And this is, of course, in the spirits of bouillon. Yep. In the spirits of the spirits. Come on now.
2.
Double on time.
The words.
Okay, 2, you kick it off since.
A Virgin Mary.
That's not a drink. Is a Virgin Mary a drink?
What are you talking about?
I don't know if a Virgin Mary is a drink.
It's a drink. What do you mean?
You got like
Could be
a Virgin
Bloody Mary.
daiquiri. Oh, yeah,
A Virgin Mary
Bloody
is not a drink.
A Virgin Mary is
A Shirley Temple.
But
A
also,
Shirley
listen,
Temple.
it's not a cocktail to describe how you drink, right? It's to
I'm
describe
still
you.
going with a Virgin Mary.
We just heard about your bingo card, sir.
I don't have one. I'm lying. Now, I don't know drinks like that, man. You tell me.
So for me, if I were to describe myself as a cocktail, I would say an old fashioned.
Mm-hmm.
My first inclination would to be something neat, straight, because I'm just like, I'm just am who I am. It's always the same with me. I like to be consistent.
I had a different connotation with straight. I'm listening. I'm just saying.
You are impossible, dog. But
I swear to God, it's so easy.
That's why I said 2 would be a Shirley Temple instead of a Virgin Mary.
But I do think there's I think I'm like simple in a lot of ways, but there's like some complex simplicity. And so you add in some of the things that will go with an old fashioned, but also just the fact that I'm like an old soul. I've always just kind of been this, older type dude, just like classic type situation. And so for those reasons, I would say if I had to describe myself in a cocktail, I would say an old fashioned.
Since you took my answer, I'd probably go with, you heard of a French 75?
Yeah.
I call myself a young 75.
A young 75.
Because I'm an old soul.
Yeah.
Young man in an old body.
You paired that with the bourbon shrimp.
Correct. Yep.
So I'm not a drinker. You said French 75 is the real name?
Correct.
And you said
old fashioned.
Old fashioned. Both of these are cool drinks, I'm assuming, because they sound cool as shit.
Yeah,
And you niggas look like y'all fake identify as cool. I'm a 75 French.
So like, says the guy sucking a blow pop with all this shit.
So like the old
Bonsoir, goddammit.
So like the old fashioned is like the perfect like contradiction, but it makes sense. You have bitters, which is bitter, simple syrup, sweet. You got citrus with the orange. You got the tart, sweet things with the cherry.
Yeah.
And you got the bourbon. Plus you know what I'm saying? It's like, how does this make sense?
Crack the little orange peel on the side.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
It's the perfect. It's a lot going on, but it balances.
It's this classic simple thing. I'm glad you're here because I didn't know how to describe it all that way, but that's exactly what I meant. Just this complex simplicity that when done right is like perfection.
Absolutely.
Classic.
I have a question.
You know me and you know cocktails. What am I?
Gay.
I have a question. Can I ask a question? Speaking of, because when I did drink an old fashioned and a French 75 with cognac, though I would switch out the gin for cognac, but those were my 2 drinks. And now when I do drink, I'll drink like champagne or prosecco or something.
Gotcha.
I stopped drinking for the most part. But what would you say that a woman's drink says about her? Like, if you're going out with a woman and she orders an old-fashioned whiskey, something like that, versus like a mojito or the fruitier drinks, like, do you think a drink says something about a woman's personality?
Yes. So I definitely use that as
Let me get a Long Island.
Qualifier.
It depends though. So it I have no problem with Long Island. So if we're at a nice establishment, I wouldn't expect you to. Well, I take that back. It's the type of spirit you use. So like if you order on a Blanco, but if you say Repo or Neho, I'm with that. See what I'm saying? So because me, I'm a fan of drink what you want to drink, but what goes in it? Do you know the difference between Blanco, Repo, and Neho, and things like that? So
you would judge a woman off what she orders then. So, because that's kind of like two different questions, I guess. Right. It sounds like you would judge. It sounds like you're judgmental.
I wouldn't say judge, but it'll be a plus if she drank whiskey, bourbon, or scotch, though. Okay. Or if she knew her stuff. Like, she don't say, y'all got red wine? Like, what kind? Is it a Malbec, Pinot Noir? Is it a Cab? Is it a, Bordeaux? Is it a,
Yeah.
Is that because you would identify her as being cultured?
Correct. Cultured, experienced. She's been out before. This ain't her first time.
I do that with books.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm a student of words.
What pairs well with Message to the Black Man? Like,
no, whatever you read, that's important.
No, I wouldn't necessarily judge, and I yelled out I yelled out Long Island because at this point I judge anybody that be ordering Long Islands. Like I used to love a Long Beach. I'm not a pop person, so I would just always get a Long Island with cranberry juice or whatever. Mm-hmm. But yeah, at this point in your life, I need you to know if you're trying to drink vodka tonight, gin tonight, tequila tonight. Like, correct. We don't need all these in this glass. We don't need to do that. Like, which one do you want to drink tonight? We don't need to put.
Long Island has all of that in it?
Yes.
You know what I mean? We don't need to do that. Like this. Come on.
That's a lot going on. Yeah.
That's some early 20s, type situation. Mm-hmm. I'll have all of it. No. What do you want to drink? We're not doing that in here. We're not doing that, man. So I do judge a little bit, but I judge men and women when they do that.
People judge me. I don't get that though. I don't understand the correlation. I mean, I get that are you cultured, but I don't drink.
Yeah.
So why would you expect me to know?
But what I hate is a woman that doesn't know what they want. Like,
yeah.
Oh, what do you guys have? Like, come on, man. We
got a lot.
That's a pretty broad.
Like, right.
So, or what do you suggest? Stuff like that. It's like now we like, come on, bro.
You don't know.
Because now
that would be nice. That's a nice way if you're like on a date with a man that does know a little bit about drinks to ask the man to suggest something. But I feel like what I've heard in the past that men will judge a woman like off the type of drink that she orders. So like if she's ordering a whiskey which I was surprised to hear you say that, a whiskey, cognac, dark liquor, right. Then you like, oh, she a little, masculine.
That's
people like to throw
dark liquor represents being masculine.
I like that.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
It's Hennessy dark liquor, right? Hennessy dark. Every woman in the hood drink Hennessy.
Yeah.
I'm all for ordering a drink for a woman if I know her. Like if I know her, I know what she drink. Or if she just asks me like, okay, what do you like? What's good here? Type something cool. But I'm not gonna just jump out and I don't know what you want. Like, what do you like to drink?
Yeah, not everybody a whiskey fan. Yeah, so I can't be like, oh, she whack because she don't drink. Yeah. She can't potentially drink my stuff. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, but if she does, then that's a plus though.
We on our way.
We there.
We on our way to some bolognese, baby.
It's gonna be a good night.
P, how would you describe yourself as a cocktail?
Well,
Hennessy,
tequila shots.
No, well, it depends on the place. Nah, I give you
not
that.
The place. You.
Oh,
it's Hennessy.
I'm describing myself. It depends on the place. Nah, I just playing. But no, I feel y'all. But I would go with Manhattan with Maker's Mark. Other than the what y'all said,
old fashioned.
Because to me the Manhattan is a little more harder. Mm-hmm. It has all of those features, correct. All of that stuff, but at the end of the day, it's a little stronger.
Yeah, it's one more thing that an old fashioned things like vermouth or some other
vermouth,
Campari or something. Yeah, I think it's vermouth. So I get that.
But just like you said, it still has the bitters in there. Yep. It still has the sours and different things like that make up this drink.
Absolutely.
But I feel like that kind of make me up too. Like
I can dig it. I think they interchangeable when you talk about old fashions, Manhattans, and
75s, Frenches.
No, I know we're talking about that, but there's another one in that family. Dang, old fashioned.
Bavalier or something.
No, it's a specific cocktail. It'll come to me.
A Cosmo.
Nah.
It's made whiskey sour.
Yeah.
A mule.
Nah, I do like.
I used to love a Jameson mule.
Moscow mule.
I've drunk them.
Help me out. What old fashioned Manhattans and it's another just like classic
Sazerac?
dark
A Kentucky mule?
Nah, it'll come to me.
Mint julep?
Nah,
Right,
it's a
not
real
to
simple
guess
thing.
the
But
liquor,
it's just escaping me right now, but it's cool. It'll come to me later. You sent me the thing about the brother from Africa.
Yeah, but real quick, you know drinks. He cut me off. You know me. What drink am I?
Oh, that's right. You talking about he cut me off.
What is girl's drink? Give a shit. I'm just playing.
I can see a girl scaring you with her drink order. Like she come to the bar just like 2 double shots of tequila. You'll just leave.
She wouldn't scare me.
Yes, she would.
No, she wouldn't.
You'd be terrified. You'd
I
leave.
wouldn't give a shit.
You'd leave.
I walked out of plenty bars with plenty women, but only after they're drunk.
We're gonna edit that out.
No, I'm serious.
You're gonna edit that out.
No. I'm not taking advantage of no woman. What I'm saying is, like y'all say, y'all make a judgment off the drink.
Chef like, dog.
I what the fuck y'all looking crazy for? It's on tape. Yeah, we judge off the drink. Cool. I judge off, can you control yourself?
Sure.
Right?
Okay.
Do you know your limit?
Can you hold your
I don't
yeah,
give
okay.
a shit what you drink.
Sure.
I'm not a drinker. That's your thing,
Sure.
do your thing. But if you get to acting out of body, shorty, you're embarrassing me. I don't do that.
No, I feel you. For you, if I also describe you as a drink or cocktail, I would say.
And then you gotta explain it because I don't even know what the fuck the word means.
I'll explain it.
Like the bitters, the sweeters.
Vegas
fuck
bomb.
out of here with that shit.
I'll explain it to you.
A Vegas bomb.
Right.
He just called me hood. That's just happened there.
Hurricane.
Nah,
I would describe you simply as like a gin and tonic. It hits you initially and has this bitterness, this dryness. And then the tonic kind of soothes it as you kind of develop a taste for it. And then it's easier to digest. Initially, you like, what the fuck you just say to me, bro? And you're like, oh, that's how you, okay, you just act that way.
This is just who you are.
Okay, cool.
That's what it is.
Got it. I'll have another, bartender.
He's an asshole is what he just said.
I'll have another. I'll have another, sure. So yeah, I would say gin and tonic for you, sir.
That's not dark liquor though. I'd be dark liquor.
You don't even know.
I do know I'd be dark no matter what.
Chef, he thinks he's dark skinned. This is a running thing on.
It's not a running thing. It's the truth.
Okay.
But whatever.
Shall we move on?
We can now. I just want to know.
Yeah.
All right.
Gin and tonic.
I don't like that answer, but I will let you rock.
I don't like that answer. You sent me the thing about the brother from Africa, man.
New Guinea.
Yeah, man. I gotta pull out my phone.
He's a hero, G.
He's a hero. Is insane. I gotta pull out my phone so I can get this right.
He is a hero, though.
I don't want to shortchange this man at all. I gotta get him his entire due, cause he's a wild man.
Ebang is his name. Wasn't that his name?
Ebang.
So appropriately named.
Isn't it Ebang Beladzar or something like that?
Ebang Engonga. Engonga. Right. Ebang Engonga. DB, this is what the man did. Equatorial Guinea official arrested over 400 sex tapes with president's sister and other high-profile women. The man got 400 sex tapes, including with the president's sister and other high-profile women. All right? The explicit videos were uncovered during a fraud investigation where officials conducted a surprise search of Ngonga's home and office. The tapes, stored on CDs, revealed...
He's been doing this for a long time.
I've been doing this for a long time. The CDs, stored on CDs, revealed Ngonga's sexual encounters with prominent women, including the wife of his brother.
That was reckless.
Insane, dog.
But still a hero.
Insane. The cousin and sister of the country's president.
Still a hero.
I mean, he didn't. DB hit the first lady, you know what I'm saying? After one semester. Took the first lady down.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
I did not do that. I did not approve of that.
I do not approve this message. The wife of the wife of the Director General of Police. You hit the top cop's wife. You hit the president's sister and cousin. You hit your brother's wife. He also hit spouses of approximately 20 ministers.
Yeah, hero.
He has a type.
Yeah, just wife of powerful men. His response is, I want to tell the people of Equatorial Guinea.
He denied it all the way through. He said it was AI.
Those videos are AI edited.
I love it.
My enemies are trying so hard to bring me down. 400 times, my G.
He had Shaggy playing in the background. It wasn't me.
One of the women, not funny.
That was not funny.
One of the women, allegedly among the sex scandal, committed suicide after seeing her trending videos.
I don't feel no kind of way about dude though. I think he's a hero.
While consensual acts aren't criminal,
Look, she mad. I can't wait.
Engonga could face charges if he has sexually transmitted infection. Now, I would think the criminal charges would come in the videos.
No, they was performing. They knew he was
They all knew, 400 of them knew these were tapes.
They released a bunch of them. I've seen about 10. Dude is a hero. They was performing for the camera. They knew the camera was there. Wow. At least the 10 I've seen. Clips from.
Wow.
Right?
Why would you say he's a hero?
He is a hero.
Why is he a hero?
Because he's exposing the truth. He didn't have no commitment to them women. Them women had a commitment.
He's married with children.
Again, but what he's on trial for, what he's being publicly blasted for, is because they didn't write about his wife. They wrote about the other wives.
Right.
Right? Or the other prominent men that he had sex with their wives. You remember the conversation we had in here with P? What's the girl's name? Ready Rock. Not Ready Rock. Is it Ready Rock?
What about Ready Rock?
Re-Rock.
Oh, okay.
It was me, you, Ian, Re-Rock.
Right.
Right? And we was having this conversation, and I was like, man, women get the freedom to walk past the brand of being reckless. Mm-hmm. But if you actually have access to women, you know they're much more reckless than men. Mm-hmm. Right? And they was arguing that shit down. No, no, not.
Sure.
And I'm saying, I've had access. I know y'all ain't shit.
Sure.
Right? And most dudes who have access know y'all just like us. And I don't want to say y'all ain't shit, but y'all really just like us.
Yeah.
Right? And what I'm saying is he has a responsibility to his wife, sure.
Sure.
But he does not have a responsibility to those other women. In the office he was in, whatever office that was, which was prominence,
yeah,
right, where he had access to the women, he nailed 7 of the 9 women who worked in the office. You can't tell me, not only did he nail the ball, he nailed the ball on camera.
On tape.
Right? Ain't nobody had this conversation, and you got a husband.
Your brother,
everybody's going. It just lifts the veil of that level of that false sense of purity that women get to walk around with. They're performing on camera. They have one woman on one tape. She's not even, I don't know if she was one of the performers, but her husband.
One of the performers is crazy.
I don't know what else to call him. But her husband addressed it like, he showed her the tape. So she's on some tape. I don't know if she's on one of the tapes I saw.
Sure.
Right? And he came into the crib from one of his business trips because he didn't find out this information. She's unaware.
Sure.
So he's setting up the stage for her to lie. And she did exactly what she was supposed to. She lied. You know what I mean? He said, look at that tape. You know what I mean? And she's like, oh, my baby, I'm so sorry. Even the woman who committed suicide, not that's fucked up.
Sure.
Right? But these are the decisions you made. Right? And I think even today, we're in an election cycle. Mm-hmm. Right? I wrote an article that got put in the Defender today. Mm-hmm. I made the decision to not vote for Kamala Harris. Mm-hmm. I was with my wife. She looked at me like I was shit on the bottom of her shoe because I didn't make the decision to go with women.
Sure.
Listen to women. Think about the statements that we make around women. Believe women. For what? What the fuck makes you infallible? Mm-hmm. You're a human being. Mm-hmm. You have desires. You have, even just how we were just talking. I was like, I judge women by how drunk you get at the bar before we all live. Like, no, everybody tits the fuck up.
It's because
they
of what you said
human
first.
beings. And they do human being shit. Mm-hmm. Right? So believe women is a falsehood. Right? Mm-hmm. No. A woman has the propensity to tell a lie just like a man. Mm-hmm. It's human.
Sure.
It's not gender-based.
Yeah. Certainly, I'm not saying that either gender is beyond reproach. I'm not saying that women are beyond that at all. Right?
We might not be saying it, but this statement, believe women, couldn't exist if we didn't believe it. It couldn't exist. Does the statement believe men exist?
No, but
we had the conversation about misogyny.
Sure.
Right? And the opposite of the word misogyny.
Right.
We know because we brought it to the forefront.
Right.
The vast majority of human beings don't even know the word.
Right. Facts.
As if the shit couldn't exist.
Sure.
Right?
But I think that's because of the history of the power the power construct between men and women. Right? There's never been this need for women to believe men. Like, who give a fuck if you believe me or not? This is what I said. I'm a man. I don't even need you to believe me. Whereas in reverse, women have brought things to the table where they absolutely did need men to believe them. They needed society to believe them. Men ain't never needed shit. It's just been the power construct dating back thousands of years. Who the fuck needs your approval?
You know when
there's men talking. Shut up! Can't you see two men? You know what I mean? Like,
but see,
nobody asks you shit, man.
I don't know if I agree with that though, right?
Okay.
And here's why, right? It's nuance in every statement, right? And I definitely want some of your opinion in here, right? It's nuance in every statement, right? We got this book over my head right now called Man Not. Now, if you get into the depths of that book, what he does is he unveils a lot of what we deem to be truths and wraps them into realities.
True.
And when you hear the realities, it's almost weirder than the truth.
Usually.
Right? There's a book that was released maybe, I don't know, a year or two ago. See, this is why I can judge people on books.
What are the tropes that we believe to be true?
Right.
Yeah.
But there was a book called They Were Her Slaves. Or think about how we quantify Karens, or how we quantify white women's tears, or how there's these colloquialisms just to brown the goddamn term.
Sure.
Right? Because those things have power.
Sure.
Right? And when you pull back the layers, right, there's a game being played. And if you start to pull back the layers to its core, you got to question yourself on what's really true. Right? So they were her slaves. And I'm only going into this in context, right? Because if we're going to say, you say for eons or for the beginning of time or whatever. The concept of the book, They Were Her Slaves, was when you think about the inception of this country, right? And you think about the least of the coming over here to build this country. Even the white folks, right? Building a country is hard goddamn work, right? So what they did was, the Europeans that was over here, they was, vagrants and, downtrodden motherfuckers who, we ain't got nothing to lose. Let's leave Europe and do this shit, right?
See if y'all can cross that ocean right quick.
Right. But wasn't no hoes of it, right? So after a while, they was like, fuck this shit, ain't no pussy here, right? So they send a flock of hoes, like real hoes. I'm not using a colloquialism. It's hoes coming, right? Well, think about the context of a hoe, and I'm not saying good or bad or indifferent. I'm just saying what it is, right? If you're at a point where you got to sell your body to survive, you probably got some questionable morals, right? Or you got, at least you got a hard enough life the way you do, or you're moving in a way that's very succinct and strategic, right?
Okay.
And I know you didn't like the questionable morals part, but in my experience, most of the real hoes, I'm not just using a colloquialism here, right? Most of that is birthed out of hurt in my experience.
Sure.
Right? So they get here and they say, well, shit, there's some opportunities here. Because these motherfuckers is dying at 26. I pop a baby off in this motherfucker. They didn't amass XYZ amount of land. By the time I die, because I'm going to die at 40, right? But they died at 26, 27. I'm going to pop babies by 5 of these motherfuckers. And I'm inherit all of the wealth. Right? And who's really in control? Right? We deem it as, oh, shut up, bitch. I'm in control. No. She just moves differently. It just exhibits different. She's manipulative. You ever watched Game of Thrones?
I have not.
Some of the most vicious motherfuckers in the show were women. Now, they didn't swing no fucking swords. Right? But they used their power differently. And I don't think nothing is really changed in that context. I think what comes out of that is the birthing of believed women. I think what comes up out of that is the Karen. What comes up out of that is white women's tears.
Yeah.
That's what comes up out of it.
I agree with that until you move beyond her desire to use her box as her main attribute, right? And then she says, well, I don't want to use my box as my main attribute. I want to be able to use my brain and my skills and my this and my that. And they're like, well, who the fuck asked you to do that? We sent back home for some pussy. We did not send back home for no fucking thought leaders. We didn't send back home for no clergy. Like, nobody actually come over here for that. All right? Over there. And then when you're trying to come from out of that, you need some people to believe you when you're like, hey, they took my box against my will. Like, took your box? You only came here to be boxed. You know what I mean? Like, it's like over time, you got to get to a space where it's like, okay, you're not just boxed no more. You know what I mean?
But see, the original sin is the transaction itself, right? So we could say, yeah, it's not just your box, but she's out here savagely too. It's just for a different goal.
Agreed.
So because she's a savage in a different way does not dismantle the part or does not devalue that she's a fucking savage.
You referenced Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we were watching Scandal.
I'm not watching that.
You never seen it?
I don't watch that. What's that?
It's an old show with Kerry Washington,
With the white
Olivia Pope, and
president. She's knocking him down. I've seen some of it.
She's knocking him down. But over the course of this show, she knocks down about 30 niggas. Right? She's running through niggas in this show. Right? And as I'm rewatching it, I'm like, damn, she's busting down different niggas every night. But all of these niggas is the president. They're the head of the National Security Agency. They're the head of secret spy organizations. They senators. That, you know what I mean? She's nailing all of them. And if you don't think at some point she uses each one of them to get to the next rung, man. And as I'm watching the show, I didn't remember her being this fucking savage and like so much of a villain. She is like the fucking ultimate villain in the history of TV. People were praising hell Olivia Pope like she's just this. And I'm like, Olivia Pope is a fucking savage. You know what I mean? So to that end, I agree with you, and I don't know where you come in, Danny, but like for me, I'm always trying to find this balance, right? Mm-hmm. And two is very black and white, which is why I'm like he's just gin and tonic. You know what I mean? Right. And as you so eloquently described, I'm a lot of shit, simply, but a lot of shit in there. Right. And so I make space for the complexities of humans to say, oh, okay, well, she just like the fuck. I don't have to call her a hoe like that. You know what I mean? Where you come in on this?
As I get older, I realize everyone's capable of everything.
Sure.
Especially women.
Sure.
The pendulum is now swung where it's an even balance of power, I think. As you advance in life and success, and you start seeing that women they kind of maybe worse than us. If you think about it, maybe not the mass majority of them, but there are women that may have been raised the same way men were raised, so they have a man's mentality, right? And they just use their women attributes, body, fashion,
sure,
whatever,
sure,
what guys are attracted to, and now have a business mind behind it as well. So with all that being said, I'm definitely not oblivious to what women are capable of doing at any level, whether it be business, whether it be politics, whether it be
every level.
So yeah, man, that's kind of that makes sense a little bit.
I always make the argument, man, there's several levels of understanding too, right? There's like several laws at play. There's nature's law, there's man law, there's God law, right? The context of the conversation comes from the standard of man law. These are the rules man made.
Correct.
Right? But the rules that the universe made puts them at a powerful position, right? You minimize it to me saying they box. No, I understand what the box is. The box is the center of life.
I'm not saying you because I know you understand that.
But here's what I'm saying though, right? Right. But even that context, we talk about it all the time. Even the power that men chase is to get the gaze of women. You just said I stopped cooking because I like my mama's friend.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? It always is the motivator at its core. I don't give a fuck what you achieved. It's some woman in the background that said, "Watch me make this nigga go.
Watch you make him dance.
Watch me make this nigga dance." You understand what I'm saying? It's how it works. So you can talk all the shit in the world, and we both know this, right? You can acquiesce all you want to man law.
Sure.
The universe is gonna call you home. It just is what it is, right? So that construct of power that man law presents, and that's only white patriarchy that presents that way. Our community has never been like that. Our community is a matriarch like a motherfucker, and always has been.
Right. But it's also the reason, as for example, why even growing up in the hood, like niggas would sneak around and secretly like the buster. You know what I mean? Because you know, in the hood, people gonna laugh at you because that's not acceptable for you to like the buster. But you like her. You know what I'm saying? You ain't out on the main blocks with her. You walk the side block with her type shit. You know what I mean? It's like, where you going? Oh shit.
But that's just because the buster ain't refined. Mm-hmm. She's not mastered the game.
Sure.
Right? Because every woman at the top of the Instagram model or the rapper girlfriend is a buster. She just presents differently. Nobody judges none of them.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying, man? They move around that game with each rapper, and nobody was like,
"Oh, my 6th NBA player."
Right. Nobody said shit.
That's true.
We judge the NBA player.
That's true.
Like, what decisions did you make? No, she's perfected her walk.
Yeah, and another thing, men are extremely shallow, especially men with money or athletes. In my, I guess, experiences, or just men with power, like they know I need an arm candy girl.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck who she was with before me.
Nah.
I got the biggest contract. I got the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't care who you was with.
Yeah.
I actually prefer that you was with because it's ego.
Nah.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
Just like, I don't want to say her name.
Yeah, her too.
I'll say that. But it's prominent women that bounce from this actor, this ball player, because it's a status thing.
Most of them.
See what I'm saying?
But see, even talking from that standard, those people, the highest on the economic food chain, and they're not even the highest on the economic food chain. Let's say the highest on the public notoriety food chain. Right. I don't even think they perfected the walk either. They just perfected the walk at that level. We just below that level. Right? There's levels to all levels.
Sure.
Right.
It's a lot on that level up too. You go from this series guy to this actor to this sports
power. Like Olivia's talking White House shit.
But here's the
these
point,
other ones talking about, I want a nice bag and a car shit.
Yeah, I definitely think it's a ultimatum behind what these women do.
But here's the point I'm getting at.
Status
all of that is transactional based. It's very rare to get genuine affinity. It's transactional based. Like you said, I want the purse, I want the car. And the dude, I want the woman that looks this way.
Right.
So in context, what you are is y'all are immature. Everybody in the conversation is immature as fuck.
Agreed.
Right? And the social nature of this country only teaches you transactional natures. So you've not evolved. Neither of you all have evolved. Some of us get stuck there forever, right? Some of us get stuck there perpetually. Right, but that's why I come into the conversation where we're perpetual youth, right? And when the universe calls you home, but the universe forces you to endure and face yourself to get to the other level of the game.
Right.
Most people don't ever want to do that, because you have to remove the mask then.
Correct.
Then you don't mind being seen with the buster because you're honest with yourself.
Correct.
And most people don't want to never show that part of themselves.
That's the hardest conversation to have, is that one you got to have in the mirror. Yeah. Once you have that difficult conversation in the mirror, having the conversation with everybody else is easy.
But if we started that as a baseline, the very nature of that statement says everybody fucking lying. So how the fuck could believe women be a statement that exists? The premise that you operating on is a lie. The fuck out of here.
Yeah, I get that. When I'm saying, like, where does the statement come from? It's just about rising in stature in terms of the societal construct. That's all I'm saying. Not that any human is above lying. I think everybody be fucking lying, right? I mean, shit. When we leave out our fucking house, when it's the makeup, when it's the clothes, when it's the car, when it's... You take away women from this world, do you think I would give a fuck what kind of car I drove?
And I ain't saying this shit on women. I'm saying this is just the culture. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%. We got to get to dinner time and a couple other things. But before we do...
my new dinner time is whatever dude's name is from Equatorial Guinea.
Ebang Engonga. Before we do...
Hell of a name. For
Ebang for what you doing? 400 sex tape with the wild
DVDs, cuz.
He banged. That's like
that's crazy.
Let me bang.
The man lived up to his name. And they had to get around. I mean, he's a government official. All these women got to know.
They might want to see. That's what I'm saying. They like, let me see what that's like.
I've seen some of the videos, right? I've seen some of the videos. Some of the videos are in the office.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Some of them are like on vacation islands outside.
Yeah.
Like they were performing for the camera too. It was not like the camera was in the
that's what I'm saying.
Wasn't a hidden camera.
It was not a hidden camera. They in there like.
One was pregnant.
Wow. I didn't even see that one.
And then did you see his? Did you see his nipple? Did y'all see his nipple squeeze move that he did in every video?
I ain't seen none of the tape.
He feed way different than mine. I don't got none of them tapes he got.
I ain't seen none of the tape, but I'm all for a good nipple squeeze now. I'm here for that.
He squeezes his own. He squeezes his own nipples in the neck shape. My friend pointed it out to me.
I'm not here for that.
I want to know what he said to me. He wasn't that gay.
Listen, it had to be self-promotion. That's what I'm saying. He's a government official. He's hitting the wives of the most powerful men in the country and the siblings of the most powerful men in the country. More powerful than him, though. Yes, but what I'm saying is, this word is getting around. This is free promo. This is word of mouth. You hit the president's sister. She at least told her cousin. Her cousin was like, "You lying? Let me go see."
She told her.
He hit her too. He hit one pastor's wife. You don't think the pastor's wives got a pastor's wives club? A pastor's wife group chat? Y'all, you know Ebanga, the junior senator of like what? They over there.
If that's how that happened, then I'm not justifying his behavior.
Over there.
But it speaks to their behavior more than it speaks to his behavior, if that's how it happened.
Like, I would say at least half of them had probably heard before the encounter.
I don't know.
400 sex tapes.
If I'm the talk of the group chat, that's it. I've ever been the talk of the group chat. But if I'm the talk of the group chat, whatever happens from here is on y'all.
I don't know. I don't know. Is that another box on the bingo card?
I've never played bingo. I don't know.
Is that another box on the bingo card?
I'm a Virgin Mary. I don't know.
The word of mouth box where she just hits you out of nowhere, like, "Hey, how you doing?"
Hey man, women pass around dudes too.
Like, damn, why is she calling me? Ain't she? What's her name, friend? Yeah, I just want to know what you was doing. Oh, you heard about the situation.
I don't know. I don't play bingo. I don't know, but
the bingo card. What I was about to say was, we talked about the brand and how it got started. Mm-hmm. I would like to have some educational component of it, just in terms of teaching, people who with such aspirations from how to go from concept to production. That's a huge step that most people. Not only can they not really imagine, they can't even see.
Correct.
How do I get this shit out of my brain into this bottle with labels on shelves in stores I don't own? Right.
Legally.
Right.
Man, I had the pleasure of, I guess, an advance or a, what's the word I'm looking for? Accelerated bourbon knowledge kind of course type of thing. When I was overseas, I went to a distillery, the Milk and Honey Distillery, which is one of the oldest distilleries in the world. They're over 150 years in Tel Aviv. So I went there for 6 months. So I would say, if you want to get into the spirit business, know the spirit business. Don't just say, I just want to do this, then I'm going to just pay somebody. It don't work like that.
Right.
If it was that easy, everyone would do it.
Immerse yourself into it.
Exactly. So before you want to get into the business, know the business first to even see I can't do this, I can't do that, because there's certain laws, like you can't get a liquor license if you have a felony.
Right.
You can't even apply for your federal one unless you have your state one. Mm-hmm. Then, okay, so that's one part. Then how are you building a brand? Are you just going to call it something cool? Like know what worked for other brands. That's what I did. So, so I say the hardest part, I break it down into thirds. It was the licensing. So you need at least 3, right, per state that you want to even be distributed in. Land and distribution, because everyone's going to ask you, say to you have a restaurant. Hey, man, I love your product. Who's your distributor? I ain't got one. Well, I can't. So
what are we talking about?
What we talking about?
You got the best product in the world in your house. Right, how are we going to get it to other people's house?
As soon as you try to do some backdoor stuff, that's now bootlegging. Mm-hmm. That's the law for that. Mm-hmm. Al Capone. And I'm a big Boardwalk Empire guy. So
Chalky White.
Yes, I study all that stuff. So
my name Ray Gibson.
Yeah. Then so I say distribution and creating a demand for why am I buying this stuff, right? So me, when I started Bull Young, I put 95% what went inside the bottle, right? I can have the best label in the world, the best store, if it don't taste like
What's
nothing.
the product?
You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't, what are we doing? A lot of celebrities capitalize on their celebrity. Some stuff may not be that good, but it's a celebrity. So if you don't have that celebrity behind you, or if you're not the celebrity, it's not going to sell. So I always say, people always going to remember what's inside the bottle opposed to what's on the outside of the bottle. Because I started that bottle 2019, and 5 years later, now we got that one. So I never really cared about, I mean, I put some emphasis on the packaging of it, but people remember the taste more so than like, oh, I got this cool bottle. Are you drinking it? Okay. Are you continuing to buy it? Things like that. People love Bull Young because it's approachable, it's affordable, it's has a story behind it. I tie in other amenities to it: fashion, music, art, food. Yeah. See what I'm saying? So like I have. So
it pairs well with your suit.
Thank you, brother. Yeah. Thank you. So it's so I had that wherewithal even before I had one bottle. Be like, okay, when it does come out, and at its highest capacity, can it fit, at the United Center, Ferragamo, Waldorf Astoria, all the big restaurant groups.
Can I put this at the Four Seasons? Can I put the,
absolutely. So don't ever say like, I want to get your opinion on this too. I want to be the bourbon for just black businesses. Like you limiting yourself. Yeah. Like the spirit business is worldwide, not just in your state. But yeah, so I would say just focus on that. Then I got to follow up.
Yeah, no, I think it's important to acknowledge the blackness of the product, but not hang it solely on that.
Gotcha.
Right? I think it's important because of the journey of black people in America. I think it's important for the, young black kid that's growing up trying to figure their way out and trying to figure out what I want to do with. What can I do, right?
Correct.
And I'm not very athletic. I don't fucking like music. What do I like? What can I do? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Oh, shit. I saw Chef Denny, you know what I mean? Like, go from conception to product in the liquor business.
Yeah.
I saw him take a passion for cooking since he was 7 around the world.
Right.
And that part of it, I think, is important.
Correct.
But to make it this black product, no. It's a product by a black man, and you, black child, can do it.
Correct.
But no, it ain't a black product. I ain't never seen a white product, except for whites only pies. But, but you know what I mean, though. You know what
I had someone on another platform asked me, like, so how does it feel to be one of the best black-owned? I'm like, just black-owned? Why can't? Because
I just be one of the best.
I win every blind test against
whatever.
It's my, I'm standing on that.
Yeah.
But I'm not about to say only support me because I'm a black-owned business. Because I was like, well, back in the 50s, 60s, there was some black-owned business. Were they saying that back then? They had a business. They did it well.
This is the quality of product and service.
Absolutely. So,
all things being equal, I would choose a black product. Right? All things being equal, I would choose a black product.
Right.
But if you put Bull Young right here against a non-black product, and that non-black product is better, I'm not gonna be like, oh, but Danny black.
Exactly.
Fuck that. I'm like, hey, bro, step the shit up a little bit because this shit smacking.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
So I always compare when I was making it, Basil, Hayden, and Woodford Reserve.
Yeah.
If I could be in the middle.
I do like Basil.
Because I love the flavor of Basil, but I love the body more of Woodford.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
I sat it right in the middle.
That's true.
So, like I said, so
that's a solid bourbon table.
Yeah, have a reference point. Whatever business you're getting in, say, hey, this is what I'm not. Kind of parallel yourself with that brand, right? Sure. What makes Woodford great? It's from Kentucky. Best bourbons come out of Kentucky. So, it's an open book. So you want to go over there with it. So, yeah, man, I would just say just know the business before you start your own business. That you're getting into, yeah.
I can dig it, man. We got to get you up out of here on a game we call Dinnertime.
Okay.
Shout out to Bump J.
That's got an unreleased Bump record today, too. It's kind of raw.
Yeah. Bump is one of my favorite rappers. I'm not going to lie. Bump is like one of my top 10 favorite rappers. I've gotten away artistically from saying like top 10. Or,
top way.
He's
just in there.
Top my favorite. You know what I mean? I can't define.
Yeah, I always say one of my favorites. I don't say like.
I can't define the top 10 rappers or the top 10 artists or the top 10 basketball. I can't define that. But I can say for sure, definitively, they one of my favorite 10. That's Bum's one of my favorite 10 rappers. Anyway, in Dinnertime, we asked you to pick 2 people.
Okay.
From any era throughout history.
Yep.
Person can be dead or alive.
I let us, yeah.
All right. And you're going to have dinner with these 2 people together.
Just 2?
Yeah, just 2.
Me plus them.
You plus those 2 people. The tagline of the Herb and 2 podcast is intellectual thuggery.
Intellectual thuggery.
To that point, one of these 2 people that you're having dinner with has to represent that of an intellect, the other that of a thug, as you define each of those things. All right? You're going to pick 2 people from any era, dead or alive, to have dinner with. One as an intellect, one as a thug. Oof. Who is Chef Danny Bullock?
Coming together, though, also to solve some kind of a problem.
Yeah.
Right, or some kind of an issue.
There has to be a purpose to this.
And the context behind it is that you don't really get nothing accomplished without brains and brawn.
Gotcha.
Can't just be Auntie Bolognese.
Got to be a
lion. That's a good
and
question.
fox.
Intellectual. So intellect would probably be easier. Let me think. Guy or girl, don't matter.
Don't matter.
Meyer Lansky.
For
intellect.
Could have been a thug too.
Meyer, yeah, and I like that you chose Meyer Lansky as the intellect.
Yeah, he was cold.
I agree.
He always was on the side of, even though he was in organized crime, he was smart enough to legalize gambling, started the first casino. So that, you see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna pick Meyer.
I love it.
And he never went to jail, and he died one of the richest people alive.
No, I love it.
Thuggery.
Also Meyer Lansky. No. Lucky lefty.
Bobby Brown.
What's wrong with you, man?
Thuggery.
I like that you're taking your time to think on this.
I'm trying to think too. So I got
It's
Meyer.
It's not radio. It's not dead air. They can see you thinking on it, thinking this thing through. This bourbon is good.
Thank you, bro.
You know this ain't my first time, but this, if y'all haven't had Bull Young, you're cheating yourself. Just give it a shot. Add it into whatever bourbons and whiskeys you like, and just see where it stacks up. See where it stacks up.
Treat yourself.
You know what I mean? I ain't gonna preach to you, but I'm going to suggest.
I'm gonna go Larry Hoover.
Meyer Lansky and Larry Hoover at the dinner table with Chef Danny Bullock to do what?
What y'all think? That was I did it justice? Or
I love it.
They gonna tax the shit out the block.
You got no, wait, before why? What are we doing? I mean, you said why you picked Meyer Lansky. Right. Why'd you pick the boss?
You gonna franchise bourbon bars.
Right.
Hush, man.
Just ask.
I picked Larry because I don't want to call him a thug, but when in his heyday, he was the man behind, the most notorious gang ever in the United States. So that right there, but how he did it, very organized. There was morals behind it, things like that. So I always say you can find inspiration in anybody, even 100%. If they were a thug, 100%. And just take, I draw inspiration. Like, you gotta think, my dad's a pastor. I learned a lot from pimps, drug dealers, criminals.
100%.
Hoes, 100%. Everything. You see what I'm saying? So everybody has something.
Doing communion with bourbon from
now. I may not do that, but I'm gonna take your formula and apply it to cooking or the alcohol business or whatever. So I think that would be interesting, kind of tennis match between them two, me being in the middle.
So we got Chef DB, we got Larry Hoover, and we got Meyer Lansky.
Correct.
What are we getting done?
Well, me being in Chicago, Chicago being the kind of pillar for Bull Young, I have a reference with Larry. If you were me, what would you do? And I have Meyer, who actually did it.
Yeah.
Back then.
Yeah.
So that's why I love Birdman, because it was way before me.
Yeah.
And it's always going to be here after. Then I'm in the city, which I got one of the pillars too, that helped move a lot of things still to this day. So with that amount of power, how can we monetize it? Things like that. So I got short Jewish gangster guy, and I got Larry Hoover. And me in the middle, I think we can do that.
It's a powerful thing, my brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Cheers to you at dinner time.
Yes, sir, brother. That's a cool segment, man. I like that.
No, we like that one, man. We've really been having a good time with dinner time and just seeing who people pick and why. And we've gotten a wide array of answers. And you know, I like that you went intellect on Meyer Lansky.
Yeah, man. Smart guy, bro.
Some people have a hard time crossing those barriers.
Yeah, man.
You know, they just put people with either thug or intellect, and I think that's probably a way to find either in anyone.
Absolutely.
I
think they're both could be either or. I think so. That's why I chose.
Almost anybody we anchor in power probably inhabit both of those polarities.
That's facts.
You don't get there without it.
That's facts. That's facts. You can't be Olivia Pope if you're not smart and a thug. We gotta go, man. Thank y'all so very much for tuning in to this edition of Herb and Two. Huge shout out to Chef Danny Bullock for following through, blessing us with the Bull Young bourbon. Is this like 115 proof, my brother?
Yeah, man. Tread lightly. I suggest a big ice cube.
Okay.
No more than an ounce at a time. Ounce pour. Let the ice mellow it down a little bit. Then you go from there.
So next time you follow through, you gotta let me know what all we need. So we can do some craft cocktails.
Oh no, I got you. Well, that's for you too. So you got that.
Yeah, no, this is super dope, man. Appreciate you following through. Thank you so much, man. Much continued success and blessings on everything you're doing, man.
Appreciate
Follow through anytime. Let us know what you got going on. Let us know what's coming up.
Will do.
Truly appreciate you, brother. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. As always, your input was valued and definitely appreciated. Please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and set the alerts so you get reminders every time that we drop something new. And don't forget to share it with at least one person that you think would add value to or find value in this particular conversation. Huge shout out to P.I. for doing all of the hard work behind the camera. Shout out to the momager, Miss E4O, for doing what E4O does, namely yell at me and 2MP for breathing.
You can think of.
Right, for waking up. Who the fuck told y'all to wake up? The Lord? But we love E4O for all of that. We love y'all too. We appreciate y'all. We'll be back for another show soon. For two, I'm Herb. Special shout out to Chef Danny Bullock. Y'all be good to each other. Peace.
Assalamu alaikum.
Bingo.
I like that. With the wink.